But got a brand new business, you can also stack your credit cards as well. So say for instance, I got, LLC one, Jaron Enterprises, okay? I can go to Truist, but it's about sequencing the banks. You got to realize what banks pull from what bureaus. So if I know, okay, Truist pulls from this bank, PNC pulls from this bank, and I don't know, Navy Federal pulls from this bank, okay, look at your inquiries, figure out what banks, like for instance, Chase, they might be more particular on how many inquiries you have. So you might want to go to Chase first, right? Because they're gonna be more picky about the inquiries. So I say, okay, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this bank. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm gonna hit this bank, and then in the evening, I'm gonna hit this bank. You got 3 inquiries. That's it. That's one LLC. Now imagine if you say for instance you got 5 LLCs. So this that one day just off of them 3 banks. That's $60,000 right there. 60. Say you got 5 LLCs. It can rack up that way, right? Now, once you start getting, your business is seasoned, it's over 2 years, then you can start getting the no doc lines of credit, right? So the trick to this is like some banks, key bank, right? Like for instance, I'm in Maryland. Maryland, there is no key bank, but there's one in Pennsylvania. This in certain states, right? You can actually go and file for a foreign entity. So when you file for a foreign entity, it allows you to get funding in all 50 states. So the trick to that is, okay, if you got a passport, you file your foreign entity, you get yourself your virtual address that's going to be in that specific state. I mean, obviously you got to pay the fee for it, but that way you're not limited on the actual funding, the portion. So think about it as no matter what funding you get what funding you get for a business, you can use that for whatever. Like I said, you can take it out and just leverage that.
Oh, wow.
And then, take the inquiries. The fact that it's on your business side, you can actually remove it because they're not going to see it. A lot of these credit cards, 0% interest. You can go 18 months, 24 months. That's a big head start. Pay it back later.
Yeah.
So it's really about, like I said, the sequence. Really.
How has credit turned you up? Because I know you was talking about, like credit is what helps you make your first 7 figures. Like, how have you leveraged credit in your business overall? Like, what was the step-by-step play for that? Well, not step-by-step, but like, what was the play? Like, how'd you use credit in your own personal, situation in your business?
So for me, because I originally was just using my own cash for my advertisement, but I started using my credit cards for the ads itself. That way I wouldn't call myself turning it down or getting scared that I didn't make no money today. And then also mentorship. I used credit cards, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000 to invest in mentorship so I can actually scale my business. So that actually went for like the past couple of years. I had 3 employees and now I'm 8+. So I use that to do some hiring, recruiting. So I'm not the one that's working in my business. I can actually work on my business. So, I mean, those are some of the things that I actually use, to do it. Content, invested in cameras, the more, just travel, just getting out, business trips.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm out here.
Yep.
I really just said personal development because like I said, it's all pays back. It's about return on investment.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
What was the most you got somebody in funding before? Like,
at one time it was like $157,000. That was
wow.
in one round. So typically, I get them the specific amount of funding, and then we wait a little bit of time. They take these accounts, start paying them back, and then they can go in there for like a second round. So that's why like my biggest thing is, okay, I can get you $150,000 in 90 days. Now with that 90 days, obviously that's dependent on the fact that you're not starting at a 500 credit score.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your credit score is good, is decent. And I say 90 days because typically these banks, they want to see 3 months of bank statements at minimum. All right. Depending on your industry, like the lady I was just working with, she's in the high risk. She does bail bonds. Now I tried everything I could to not really show it, but her bank statements, it was showing bail bonds. So they was trying to like limit her funding, and they wanted, instead of getting 3 months, they wanted like 9 months of her statements, and they wanted all that stuff. They wanted her to log in. So Yeah, that's what I've gotten, like I said, so far. But me personally, I've gotten I think I counted all up, it was like $757,000 in business credit.
Wow.
But that was over a course of 2 years.
$700,000 in business credit.
Yeah, got a stack.
Golly.
Has has anyone ever came to you and they had like this business idea, but they just needed they basically coming to you to get the funding, like help me, like, you know, get them ready to go to the banks and everything. Did you ever had to tell somebody like, I don't think, you know, this is an industry that, you know, it's a really high risk, you know, it might not go too well. Like, do you give them any advice?
Absolutely.
Hey, so I know you're watching the episode and you're probably enjoying it by now. And you're probably an entrepreneur, a business owner, or even somebody that's looking to level up and have some motion and success. So listen, I understand there's one thing that a lot of people have in common that usually stops them from growing, and that's having bad credit. So now, instead of paying credit repair companies $1,500, $1,200, $1,000 to get your credit fixed and not even see any, the results that you want to see, what I went ahead and did was created a system that you can literally go out and repair your own credit. With less than 15 minutes of work, you can literally start sending out your dispute letters by tonight. I don't care what time you're watching this episode. You can send out your letters tonight and get the ball rolling. Listen, go to metro2magnate.com. That's METRO, the number 2, MAGNATE.com, metro2magnate.com, and I will see you guys on the inside. Get back to the episode. Keep on enjoying. Like, comment, and subscribe for more motion and success, y'all. See you guys on the inside.
Every day, all the time. So at the end of the day, you can do what you want, but I'm gonna just give you like the best. Like I said, this Glenn guy, he's in the, it's like transportation. But he more or less want to do, I guess, like limousine, not like something with like FedEx, where I don't know, I forgot what they call it. But long story short, it's considered logistics. So he wanted to put that name logistics, in the name. And it's like, listen, you don't want to use that. You might want them to look you up, but you're going to hinder yourself. So I just, like I said, listen, I'm going to do this and do just do enterprises at the end. And not even just that, I get a lot of people that come to me. They want to get the funding, but may not be the best business idea.
Yeah.
I might say, listen, okay, so you want to get here, right? You want to be able to make $20,000, $30,000 a month, but what you're trying to start off by doing, it's going to be tough. You're going to need a lot of money for that. So to get some cash flow going in your business, why don't you start off by doing this, as opposed to, like, let me just give you an example. Okay, say for instance, if you decide you want to be in a pharmacy or something like that, you want to patent some kind of medication. I don't know all the details about it, but just say, for instance, you want to patent, this cup, but I don't know, right? It's a different regulations and stuff. The F's, but I don't even know all the terms and stuff. But you got to go through this amount of testing. It's going to be tough, right? But if you got five business ideas, but I know, okay, this right here is not going to really take a lot. I'm gonna say start off with this. Perfect that business, get it to run on automations, and then go ahead and move on to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's a situation where, say for instance, somebody comes to me and they say, "Hey, listen, I wanna walk dogs for a living," right? I'm gonna say, okay, that might be your hobby. You may love walking dogs, but I mean, what's your revenue? Like, what are you trying to make in life? Like, what are you trying to be at, right? They say, "Oh, I'm trying to become a millionaire." Sorry to say, but you're probably not going to become a millionaire from walking dogs. But what you can do is, maybe make a course, maybe make an ebook, maybe make some kind of guidance for somebody that can teach them, hey, if you want to start, your own dog walking business, you can go ahead and actually do this and sell the information on how to actually do it. So say, for instance, you make that be your 6 or 7 figure income. And then now you turn what your passion is into an actual hobby, So it's just, you're still able to do what you want to do, but find a way to make money. So it's just things like that,
From your experience, like, what are some like businesses that people had came to you to get funding for that turned out really successful? Like, what's some of the businesses?
So one of my favorite stories, I love telling this story right here. It's my client. Her name is Jessica, right? She came to me. She was in like the medical kind of like field, right? She didn't really know exactly what she wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? I got an idea for you, right? So I fixed her credit first. I was able to get her a business credit card for $50,000, right? So what she ended up doing, I said, look, go to this website, go to massagechairstore.com, right? So she went to massagechairstore.com and she was able to buy 20. Yeah, she was able to get 20 vending massage chairs for like $50,000. They each were about, because she bought it in, in bulk, right?
Yeah.
It's about $25. So I said, listen, now all you gotta do is just go, reach out to these locations, these vendor places, casinos, rest stops, malls, whatever, barbershops, salons, and just see, hey, can I set this into your business? It's gonna, you work that out with the owner or whatever. So anyway, she was able to make on average about $1,000 off of each massage chair. So some of them was like $700, some of them was about $800, but some of them was like $1,300. So because she was able to do that, now she has a passive flowing income of about $20,000 a month. Now her concern was, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work for me to go past and do it. Okay, cool. Now you can leverage somebody else to do it, pay them $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
And now you're pocketing $15,000 off of a $50,000 initial investment.
Wow.
So now after 4 months, you got 15, 30, 45, 60. Now you up $10,000 off of 50,000. Now you got a passive income. You're making $15,000 a month, and you ain't got to do nothing.
Wow. So I mean, ain't that more passive? Like, you don't really got to do too much work for massage chairs.
Exactly. It's passive.
So like, all you gotta do is really just collect the money, the coins.
It's like being an investor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get into the ATMs. ATMs is good too, but the only difference is it costs a lot more to get started with the ATMs, and it's not as much because you're making money off of the surcharges.
Yeah.
And I believe you got to have like some specific kind of, I don't know the details. So if you're watching this and you in the ATMs, that's why I don't want to say nothing wrong. But you got to have a certain amount of insurance. So it might cost, let's just say, I don't know, say if it costs $200,000 to get the same amount of stuff, but you might not really make your first profits until maybe you say a year. But at the end of the day, it's still passive income. You making money in your sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, strip clubs, man, they charge like $10 just for you to use the ATM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That is true.
I remember before I became a business owner, a CEO, entrepreneur, I used to never understand why they charging money at the ATMs. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, that's crazy. Like, this is my money. But now I realize that it's somebody else. They're making like just $2 off of that, so it's like a convenience kind of deal.